Jose, what did you take out of your start today?
Grinding. It was a tough for me, especially commanding the ball at beginning. Throwing strikes. Too many counts, too many times behind the count. And I feel off in my mechanic. During the game, I make the adjustments, but I give a couple of runs. That's frustrating when physically it feels great, but I was so hard to command the ball, especially the breaking balls, landing for strikes at the beginning. I figured it out later, but yeah, it was a battle, big battle for me there.
What specifically was it with your mechanics?
I felt like off of timing with my body, especially I felt my hands going a little late, then getting ahead, so I can show my release point consistently ahead. So and as when the curveball was the perfect pitch, I felt more issue to hit the back door. So yeah, that was a problem.
One of those days you kind of felt fortunate to get through 5 innings, still in the game, with the team still in the game.
Yeah. I think it's one of those days when you need to compete. No matter what, you need to fight, and that's what I have in mind. The past inning, so I felt I need to compete. It's that tough days when given a chance to win. Close game. Unfortunately, I want to go deeper in the game, but to do that, I need to get short innings, too many pitches. But yeah, it's those days when you need to compete no matter what.
Was the mechanical issue similar to the one that you were struggling with earlier this season?
Yeah, but I figured it out. The good thing is when you feel what is wrong, in your mechanic, and the good thing is you can figure it out during the game. Like I say, it's that days when you need to compete. Usually I don't have that issue with my command. I'm really good command the ball. But yeah, it's that days when you need to compete it and show the best you can.
What did you take out of his start?
Yeah, he was battling some. He wasn't feeling his mechanics today. Talking to him, he was rushing. He felt like the arm wasn't catching up, especially on the breaking ball. And, he found a way to give us 5 innings. Obviously, the walks and some deep counts ran the pitch count up. But he found a way and gave us a chance, on a day where it was a struggle for him. So, yeah, that's what I got on him.
So tough to hit today?
I mean, we chased. That's what I think that's what we did today. The fact that he kept making pitches and we kept chasing. So, yeah.
What did you think of the approach with runners in scoring positions?
Same thing. We created opportunities, but I thought we chased a little too much today. So we couldn't get the big hit, obviously. So, yeah.
You faced an opponent out of contention. This was a chance for your team to make up some ground. What are your thoughts on the series only getting over?
Yeah, I mean, our job is to continue to win series, whether it's I keep saying it, they're big league teams, they're big league players, anybody can beat you any day, So we didn't do that this series, and we got to move on. We got a game tomorrow against the Cardinals, and then move on to the next series. So we just got to turn the page.
How much of a mental grind is the next 48 hours or so?
No, I mean, that's part of what we do, That's the schedule, and we'll be ready. We just got to turn the page after this series here that we couldn't get the job done, and now we got to get ready for our Cardinals game tomorrow.
Is there anything specific that you were noticing from your at-bats, not your specific at-bats, but the team's at-bats today?
I mean, I think that Canning did a good job of maneuvering through the lineup. He got into some sticky situations right from the beginning and was able to get out of them. So I think he did a good job of that. And then we were always just one swing away the whole game. And sometimes you don't get the big hit. Francisco's home run is, really close. foul ball, really close to being a home run, and we're a tie ball game there. So, we had runner on third right in the beginning of the game. So we were a lot of situations one swing away. But when you face a team one time in a season, sometimes this is the way it works out. Sometimes that one matchup that you get for the series and for the year, sometimes they come out and they do well, and no matter what the record is. So, I think we take it in stride, and obviously we would have liked to have won one of these two games, but we head on to St. Louis and try and take care of business there.
For the team to not capitalize on that scoring chance in the first inning specifically, how much of a gut punch is that to not capitalize there?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely. It definitely is nice to jump out to an early lead. Make it 1-0 real quick. Put the pressure on them. But sometimes it doesn't work out. In scoring situations, even if you come through, 3 or 4 out of 10 times, you're really, really good at it. So, JD's done a great job for us, and we wouldn't be in this position without him. So, it's not gonna happen sometimes, but early leads are nice to have, and to be able to give your starting pitcher so that he can kind of get comfortable and attack people as well.
You guys were like 6 for 35 with runners in scoring position for the weekend. Is there anything to the approach that has to change, or is it just?
I don't think it's bad luck. I think, honestly, the Angels pitchers pitched really well. They made a lot of quality pitches that were on the edge of the zone, and they really stepped up to the occasion and enjoyed these tight games, and they flourished in it. So. And like I said, we were always one swing away. Sometimes, we did stick some right on the nose, and it gets caught. But I wouldn't read too much into it. This offense has been really, really good this year, and I don't think that's going anywhere. I just think they made good pitches this weekend, and also we did have a few balls that were just hit hard, but didn't find space to get down.
Also, with all the travel the next couple days, how much do you look at this as a mental grind, maybe these next 48 hours?
No, for sure. I mean, this is not ideal at all, but it's the card we're dealt, and so you just got to make the best of the situation. But yeah, there's no question that going to St. Louis for one game, crossing 2 time zones, and then coming back to Colorado and crossing another time zone, within 24 to 48 hours is not ideal. But it is what it is. The Cardinals are in the wild card hunt too, so they're not going to care what our travel is. They're going to try and beat us, and we have to show up ready to go. So you can make all the excuses you want, but ultimately you got to try and win at the end of the day.
Andy said that he thought you guys were maybe chasing a few too many pitches these last few days. Would you agree with that assessment, and what needs to change if that's the case?
Maybe. I haven't gone back and looked at a ton of the at-bats, but the at-bats that I did look at, they're pitches that are borderline. And, unfortunately, that's a split-second decision. And, when they make those good pitches, sometimes they make good pitches. They get paid too. So, I don't think that teams are going to just come right after us. I mean, they know we have a good offense, no doubt, but it's also a dangerous game to try and pitch on the corners around people. Like, you're going to hang some every now and again, and it's gonna go our way. But like I said earlier, I think they made good pitches. There might have been a little bit of chasing, but they're not by a lot. At least the ones that I saw. There might be some others that are egregious, but I think they made good pitches this weekend, and we were. Just not able to get in on this game, and we gave it a good fight on both of these last 2 games. We were in a position to win yesterday, and we were also one swing away today. So, I could go back and look at all that, but the ones that I did look at were good pitches.